Coming up on Maverick Postgame, we got highlights from the barn burner in Saturday's football game.
Plus, both men's and women's soccer came away victorious this past weekend, and we've got you covered with recaps of both.
All that and more for your eyes to see next. Homecoming week has come and gone, and we are now heading into the last couple of weeks in the semester. Welcome to Maverick Postgame. I'm Joe Azer, and to my left is Bryce Reedy. And Bryce, what would you think about a game that combined for a total of 78 points?
I think it'd be a pretty exciting match, and that's exactly what we got on Saturday when CMU football took on Western New Mexico in the homecoming game. Let's take you to the highlights now from Stoker Stadium as the Mavericks were taking on the Mustangs in this RMAC event. As the team comes out, there were a huge turnout for this game. Fans are really into it. Start things off on the first drive. DJ Hubbard, 16 yards out, tiptoes into the end zone, 7-0 Mavericks. And the Mavericks would add a touchdown of their own, and then in their third offensive drive of the game, it's Rubacaba on play action. Who's he going to find? Well, it's going to be Marcus Hines, 23 yards, 21-0 the score, heading into the second quarter. However, the Mustangs weren't going to be going away that easily as Mitch Glassman goes deep down the sideline. Caught on the sideline, sets up a field goal to make it 21-3. All right, and now it's Glassman looks once again, and he finds Larry Young on a long ball, 49 yards. That will make the score 10-21. However, the Mavericks came back with an answer as Salim behind the play could go all the way. Touchdown, Salim Cleghorn had the pick six, and that gave the Mavericks a 28-13 halftime lead. Actually, before the half, Mitch Glassman and the Mustangs would answer right back. It would be Xavier Ayers, another long ball for the Mavs, 20-20 the halftime score. Look at those fans. They seem concerned for the Mavericks, and they get the ball back, but it's Revis Island. It's alive and well in this game. That was his fourth interception. He's shaking. He's baking. He dives for the pylon. It's a touchdown, 22 yards. That makes the score 38-20 Mavericks. Then the Mavericks weren't done there as Rubacaba sets it up, goes back and finds C.J. Frenchlove, that's right, Frenchlove, for a 15-yard touchdown to put the Mavericks up 45-20. Well, we've shown you a lot of highlights of Rubacaba throwing, but how about the speed on the quarterback? Look at that. Breaks a nice 10 yards and goes all the way. And then here comes David Tan, 38-yard touchdown, and she is going to go all the way. That is all that she wrote. Mavericks very happy with their game. That would be a 50-26 victory. The Mavs double the Mustangs in points. Quarterback Sean Rubacaba threw for 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. The running game was great too with Rubacaba, Hubbard, and Tan running for over 100 yards each as well. But the big story once again is the defense. We got more on that later, but now we take it back to Stoker where Bryce had a chance to catch up with players and Coach Russ Martin after the game. All right, I'm here with running back DJ Hubbard. So, DJ, just describe the feeling after the win.
Epic. Great win. We came out fast. We let off a little bit. And I think it really showed us how what team we are, how we came out second half and regained momentum. And first homecoming that we've won in a while, and, hey, it feels great.
I think defensively what helped us out was our front. We knew we needed to get good pass rush, so I give it all to our front line guys. Milo didn't come until after, but a lot of our guys, Aquino, all them dudes, freaking names are not coming to mind right now, but just entire front handled it, and I think that's what helped us out in the passing game, which gave a lot of pressure to the quarterback to where he made a lot of throws over, and we made plays on those, so I think that really helped us out.
It was a very good football game. We knew going into the game, Western New Mexico is a very explosive offensive football team. Anybody that was here, you've seen that quarterback. Mitch Glassman can really throw the ball. He's got a rocket. He's got some talented receivers. The running back is really, really talented. And so we knew he was going to be battling. I think what happened when we got up early, I think our guys had a little bit of letdown. I think everybody kind of thought, hey, we got this in the bag. But they came storming back, give them great credit. They kind of stymied us on our offense with their defense there in the second quarter. But I was very, very proud of the way our guys came back the third quarter. Defense comes up huge again with a couple of big interceptions, pick six on 2 of them, helped to separate the game. The offense then kind of took control of the clock, and we were able to get some touchdowns. So very proud of our guys and a great game.
Like we previously said, the defense was the big story on Saturday. After getting beat deep on the long balls a couple of times in the second quarter, the Maverick secondary redeemed themselves in a big way. 4 interceptions in this game and 2 pick sixes. The old saying is defense wins championships, and the Maverick defense is definitely playing like a championship caliber defense. Cleghorn has 5 interceptions, and the team has 16 in total on the season. Revis Island is still in tip-top shape, with the corner adding 4 picks of his own so far. 16 is also the number of total sacks the team has up to this point, for a combined total of 125-yard losses for the opponent.
The defense is great, but we can't forget about the running game as well, as CMU has been able to rack up the yards on the ground. DJ Hubbard has 6 touchdowns and over 600 yards through 7 games, with his 2 supporting cast members, David Tan and Jonathan Beverly, combining for 6 touchdowns of their own and more than 750 yards. But how about quarterback Sean Rubalcaba? The dual threat QB has 313 rushing yards, and he's found the end zone 3 times using his feet. The defense and run game has helped the Mavericks go undefeated in the RMAC at 5-0 and 6-1 overall. However, the toughest part of their schedule has yet to come. With more on that, we have a special report from Justin Bell.
The football team has an RMAC championship in mind, and if they want to be the best, they need to beat the best. That is exactly what the Mavs will try to do in the next 3 weeks, and it begins with a matchup at Fort Lewis this Saturday. The Skyhawks are 4-3 on the year and figure to be the toughest team the Mavs have faced so far. The Skyhawks are led by dual-threat quarterback Jordan Doyle. The threat of a mobile quarterback usually CMU's advantage, considering athletic ability of quarterback Sean Rubalcaba, but not in this game, as the Iowa State transfer Doyle is a definite threat to scramble out of the pocket. He already has 544 rushing yards on the year, good for second on the team, combining with running back P.J. Hall, who has gone over 120 yards 3 times so far this season, and you have a much bigger challenge than Mitch Glassman and Marcus Rogers of Western New Mexico from a week ago. Big-time plays from Salim Cleghorn and Dustin Rivas were the difference last game. Who will be the hero this week? My guess is linebacker Tom Sager. The 6'7" linebacker is known for his flashy plays, but he really gets it done in the scoring department, as he's also the Mavs' leading tackler. 41 on the year, more than doubling Blake Nelson, who has 21. The great play of the secondary will always be a strength of the CMU defense, but Sager and the dynamic presence, and he really makes the team go. He really looks to be a key part in this Saturday's game. Back to you guys in the studio.
Switching gears now, the men's soccer team was looking for the 10th win of the season on Sunday against a very mediocre CSU Pueblo team. CMU controlled the game from the start, outshooting the Wolves 19-5 in the game and 11-3 in shots on goal. However, the team was only able to muster up 1 goal in the entire game thanks to a Kevin Del Mazo goal in the 48th minute. In the end, it was enough to take down the Wolves and move the Mavericks to a 10-3-1 record on the season. This weekend will prove to be a test for the Mavericks as they face off against both UCCS and MSU. CMU will be looking for revenge against MSU as they were one of the 3 teams to beat them this season. However, they are on the road this time, and kickoff is going to be set for 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Now, Coach Jason Clare has shown improvement with the CMU women's soccer team from last year. Unfortunately, the record remained identical. Multiple close games got away from the Mavs, and they have had to settle for ties and heartbreaking losses. That all changed, however, on Sunday in Denver when CMU faced off against Metro State. Freshman Lauren Thompson scored her second collision goal off of a header, and then Brooklyn Minke scored not 1, not 2, but 3 goals in the last 10 minutes for her first career hat trick in the Mavs' 4-0 win over the Roadrunners. CMU handed the Metro their worst loss since 2001, and the Mavericks finally got that much-deserved second win of the season. Coach Clare and the girls finally have a record to show improvements, and they'll take their confidence with them when they finish up RMAC play with 2 games at home. The first this Friday against CSU Pueblo, and the second this Sunday against New Mexico Highlands.
Volleyball was also in action this weekend as they were looking to stay over 500 for the season. After sweeping Fort Lewis on Friday, the team went up against an Adams State team on Saturday. The match went the distance, however, the Mavericks came up on the short end. Despite winning the categories of points, kills, aces, assists, and digs, the team couldn't pull it out in the 5th set, losing 15-4. CMU now sits at 10-9 on the season and 8-3 in the RMAC. Volleyball will look to improve upon their RMAC record as they go up against UCCS and Metro this weekend.
It's time to award our Maverick of the Week, and anytime you score the school's first hat trick since 2006, you should be recognized. And that is why Brooklyn Minky is our Maverick of the Week. They say to save the best for last, and that is exactly what Minky did on Sunday, scoring 3 goals in 9 minutes in the last 10 minutes of regulation. That is Lionel Messi good, and she is a deserving award for Maverick of the Week. Congrats to the team. That will just about do it for us. Remember, as always, to check back with us next week to see our bright-eyed, bushy-tailed faces on your screen as we recap all the latest happenings in CMU sports. With Bryce Reedy, I am Joe Azar, wishing you a happy week, CMU.